News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Congressman Ryan Zinke takes the big stage in Cleveland. Good morning, everyone. Montana Morning for Wednesday, July 20th, 2016. Just a few high clouds drifting across the sky. Pretty sunrise this morning. We have 57 degrees in Missoula. Our newscast this morning sponsored by Kootenai Creek Village. They're the maintenance-free active adult community at Stevensville with the best of western Montana living. Montana Congressman Ryan Zinke was one of a few high-profile politicians who were asked to speak at the Republican National Convention this week. While speaking on Monday night, the Montana native gave several shout-outs to his home state.
What a night! And Montana, you're in the house. You know, I'm honored to be sharing the stage with Senator Ernst and Jason Beardsley and all these distinguished veterans. I also proudly represent the great state of Montana and am the first seal in the House of Representatives.
The theme of Monday night was Make America Safe Again. Zinke said President Obama and Hillary Clinton accused them of putting the country in danger.
President Obama and Hillary Clinton drew a red line in Syria and then refused to uphold it. Together, Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton brought us ISIS and brought down Benghazi. I shudder to think how many times our flag will fly at half-mast if Hillary Clinton is in the Oval Office.
Montana Senator Steve Daines was also at the convention yesterday, but was not invited to speak. A military veteran who the government says took leadership roles in two standoffs involving the Bundy family has pleaded guilty in Oregon and is expected to soon do the same in Nevada. At the federal courthouse in Portland, Ryan Payne of Anaconda admitted Tuesday that he conspired with others to prevent Interior Department employees from doing their jobs this winter at the Mahler National Wildlife Refuge. Assistant U.S. Attorney Craig Gabriel said prosecutors are recommending his Oregon prison sentence, likely 3.5 years, run at the same time or consecutively as whatever punishment he receives for his role in the 2014 standoff with federal agents at Clive and Bundy's Nevada ranch. Gabriel says Nevada prosecutors plan to recommend a sentence of 12 years in prison, but Payne's defense will push for 7 years. State of Montana issued its response late yesterday to arguments put forth by attorneys for convicted murderer Marcus Karma in asking for a new trial. Nate Holloway with Paul Ryan and Associates, who represented Karma during his trial for deliberate homicide and the death of German exchange student Darren Dede, said this is the next step in attempting to convince the state's highest court that Karma deserves a new trial.
We filed our initial brief approximately 6 months ago. Now the state has filed their response, so essentially it's all of their arguments to the assignments of error that we set forth in our original brief.
Holloway said the defense has appealed on 5 main issues, including pretrial publicity and a change of venue. Holloway describes the next step in the appeals process.
I filed my reply brief. We have technically 2 weeks from now to file it, but we'll be requesting an extension, certainly. You know, our hope is to get it done as soon as possible, but we'll probably be requesting between 30 and 60 days.
Karma was sentenced to 70 years in the Montana State Prison February 12th of last year. He'll be eligible for parole after serving a minimum of 20 years. The Montana Supreme Court has reversed a jury decision ordering the city of Colstrip to pay its former police chief nearly $300,000 in damages for wrongfully terminating him. The Billings Gazette reports the state's high court ruled yesterday that the city was justified in firing Larry Reinlassoter in 2012 because of his, quote, many instances of misconduct, end quote. The decision reverses a May 2015 jury verdict in Yellowstone County Court. Reinlassoter was fired over several accusations of misconduct, including one from a female employee who says he asked her to watch pornography with him on a city computer. Reinlassoter's lawsuit against the city sought damages for lost wages and other benefits, as well as physical and emotional distress. His attorney had claimed the city was determined to end Reinlassoter's employment. Missoula police arrested 26-year-old Jordan Espinosa Monday evening after calls came in about a man who was waving a gun near a park in downtown Missoula. Police Public Information Officer Travis Welsh has more.
Just before 7 p.m., officers were called to a disturbance in McCormick Park at 600 Craig Lane. The report was that there was a man with a gun and he was pointing it at people. Officers arrived and did an encounter. 2 males and a female that were apparently involved. One of the males, in fact, did have a handgun in a holster on his hip.
Welsh said 2 others were charged with disorderly conduct, 22-year-old Dustin King and 23-year-old Tess Meyer, who may have been involved in an altercation with Espinosa before the gun was displayed.
Through investigation, they learned that the male with the handgun did, in fact, have it out of the holster, though the people who were otherwise involved in the disturbance didn't necessarily feel fear or want the case investigated. There was concern for a large number of other citizens who were in the park, either playing in or watching softball games.
Welsh said the gun was not fired during the incident and no one was injured. Montana wildlife officials say they've captured and killed a female grizzly bear near Ferndale after the grizzly and her 2 cubs killed animals and rooted around homes. Fish, Wildlife, and Parks officials said in a statement yesterday that the 226-pound adult had been relocated from the area in 2014 and again in 2015. Federal and state officials decided to kill her Friday because of her food conditioning and habituation. The bear's 2 yearling cubs are being held at the State Wildlife Agency's center in Helena while officials search for a zoo that's willing to take them. FWP officials say the bears over the past 2 years killed chickens, ducks, and rabbits. They say the bears also got into pet and livestock food and climbed on porches and looked into the windows of homes in the area. The Montana Board of Regents held a conference call yesterday morning with officials at the University of Montana and approved 3 major expenditures. Deputy Commissioner of Higher Education Kevin McCrae said the Regents first approved the contract for the new Vice President for Enrollment Management and Student Services at UM, which included a recruitment bonus of $70,000.
The salary level that Dr. Crady will be coming to work for is $170,000, and the average at other state universities is $226,000.
McCrae said the board also approved 2 other expenditures related to the athletic department.
The Board of Regents approved the installation of a new field playing surface at Washington Grizzly Stadium. And the other item that the board approved was a mutually agreeable extension on the 3-year contract for men's basketball coach Travis DeCure.
The turf will be installed in time for the first home game of the season coming up September 3rd. A northern Idaho county prosecutor says a deputy prosecutor won't be punished for posting a comment on social media that suggested genocide would occur if police officers stopped patrolling black neighborhoods. Kootenai County Prosecutor Barry McHugh told the Coeur d'Alene Press that education on appropriate communication with the community is needed so that the community has confidence in their work. Deputy Prosecutor Brian Bushling made the post Sunday at Kootenai County's Bailiff Todd Hartman's Facebook page. Hartman had posted a meme that showed a picture of a white officer and texted suggesting that if police wanted to kill black people, they would stop patrolling black neighborhoods. McHugh said Bushling is an ethical attorney and that McHugh has never had to question his use of appropriate factors in making decisions in the past. Our Newstalk time now, 6:13.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly sunny skies today with our highs in the mid-80s. Winds will be breezy with wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour. Sunny and hot on Thursday with highs in the mid-90s. Chance of showers and storms Friday. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.